all in Grillo's hands.
See what he does here on the tee at 18.
Jim, he didn't hang around, got straight here, just grabbed driver right away, and he's not one to mess around. Sees the shot. Goes ahead and swings away.
This is right going right. You got to watch out here.
Well, that was deep. Over the gallery's head at the 18th.
Okay.
It's not over yet.
Not at all. He leads by 2 over Hall, but in trouble at the 72nd.
Heads up, guys.
Hey guys, you can all just back up a bit. Appreciate it. Back up off the path, please.
Stop. What do you do about that? Stop right there. Stop. Yeah, hurry, get here, mark it. Okay, keep going that way. Follow the ball. Follow the ball. Stop. It's not going to stop. Let's keep moving. To the left, everybody. Slide to the right. 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 And back. And back. And back.
Hey guys, can we get everybody to back up off the path, please? Come on, guys. We're going to need this player to get in here.
You're not going to believe it. This is the golf ball of Emiliano Grillo at the 18th. It's in the water in this viaduct that separates 17 and 18 fairways.
I would have thought this.
Yeah, just to clarify, it's going toward the tee, not going to make it all the way that far back, but it's going to get to an area here. Mark Duspavic, at what point can he wait to see if this settles on an area where it stops?
Well, Jim, this happens quite normally here in this penalty area, but he cannot wait for an advantageous position. They do have a spot where he last crossed marked, but this is one opportunity where you can play a moving ball as well. So there's going to be a moment here where he's going to have to make a decision what he's going to have to do.
It'd be interesting if it gets to a point to where the water gets shallower and he thinks that he can advance it.
Exactly. I would like to know, Mark, is it like on the clock at that point right now?
Yeah, there is. Yeah, there's not a time set. There's not something that where somebody's going to put the clock on it and time him how long it's going to be. But the official's there. He's going to monitor it. He's going to let him know that at some point he's got to step in and make a decision here.
I can remember moons ago, Ben Crenshaw hitting it in this, playing the 17th hole. Of course, he had a splendid record around here and figured out a way to make some magic. But Grillo, this ball has probably traveled a good, at least to what, maybe 50 yards back.
And it's picking up steam.
That's Grillo. Is that Grillo? Yeah.
Well, I bet you he was wishing that was going the other direction.
I don't mind driver off of the tee. I got to say, I don't really question that. We've seen a ton of players go with driver and hit it all the way down there. Just a poor swing.
And again, Deuce, they have marked the point where the ball entered the area, which is going to be far closer in the direction toward the green as this continues to make its way back away from the green. Well, I kind of am a little surprised they're waiting so long just to pick the ball out of the water here, Deuce. Because that's going so far back, even if it came to a stop and maybe the viaduct got to a drier area where you could play the shot, I don't know, maybe it could be something to consider. I don't know.
How far away is Houston?
We don't have viaducts here. We have bayous.
We also don't have that kind of time.
Deuce, what's happening here now?
Yes, Jim, Clay went and spoke to Emiliano and just told him that we're going to move up to the spot where it last crossed. So he's going to take his penalty relief area there, go from the spot where he last crossed into the penalty area, and take his options.
And with the 2-shot lead, his focus now becomes, okay, how can I go ahead and try and make a 5 here?
There we go. The moment we've waited for. So now you've got Emiliano walking it off.
Jim, he's walking all the way down to where they think the golf ball might have ceased moving.
Yeah, that brings in the option. Do you try to play it? All right, Deuce, what's going on here?
Jim, we as a committee have been talking about it, and we feel that enough time has taken place and he's given enough time to make a decision here. So we're going to make him go back to where it last crossed and move along.
So he doesn't have an option to play it right now?
It's been too long for him to decide. So he can't go and wait for the ball to go to an advantageous position. So he's going to have to go back and take his options.
Has he been given that information?
Yes, he has.
Okay, there he goes and picks it up. I wonder why he walked all the way back there.
It didn't look well.
Could have just dropped one up where they knew the spot was.
Yeah, that's right. You don't need to use the same ball. You're allowed to drop a new ball.
Not sure that would have been such a great play anyway up against that rock. Trying to pitch it back into play somehow.
Another step back here, guys, please.
That surprises me that he's playing it from the concrete, but it is a dry lie and maybe the better angle.
And a significantly more level lie too, because on the side slope where he's standing, it is awfully steep and the ball would be well below his feet.
See that guy? We need that guy moving there, don't we? Yeah.
Kind of on an upslope off the side of that viaduct with a tree limb directly in front of him.
Yeah. I mean, 162, I mean.
So that could be dicey.
Wind on this direction.
So he's going to be playing his third.
And it, you know, 430.
He's got to get it up quickly to get it over the mound, but keep it underneath that limb.
What you got there? You got to keep it down a little bit as well.
Yeah, that's one.
Deuce, why was he allowed to drop it on that path right there? Can you just clear that up for everybody?
The penalty line, yeah, thank you. The penalty line is off to his right there, so it's in tight.
Okay.
So he's not dropping in the penalty area. That cement path there is part of a cart path that we deem as an immovable structure.
Yeah, fine.
And if he wanted to, Deuce, he could have dropped it again and right over there to his left.
That's
the rough.
correct. That's correct.
So he feels like he can get much more control off of this clean lie here.
Trev, I don't think elevating the ball over the ledge in front of him is going to be an issue. It's just the limbs out in front about 20 yards.
Anybody else? Guys, come on. Quiet, please.
And on his angle, he's going to have to carve something off the left-hand side because he's looking almost straight at that left green side bunker.
We know for one thing, the shot will produce some sparks.
See how Tower, that's the sort of line he needs.
And it finds its way to the fairway. In 3.
Take a look at the contact here. Yeah, ball first.
Kind of hard to replace that divot, huh?
Doesn't need to. They're blowing the course up tomorrow morning.
Right. Customized, refurbished 73 Ford Bronco goes to the champion. Along with a lot of points and money and prestige. Grillo, though, at the 18th.
With a very barren lie, almost having to force his hand. This is going to have to come in a little lower. Good news, he's got that little embankment in the green in front. That could stun this one's progress a touch.
This green has been extremely firm all day. It's perfect spin control.
It's gone. It's going to run all the way to the edge. Wow, this is looking like 6. I think Grillo has a putt, somewhat 20 feet maybe, for his bogey. Trevor.
Yeah, 19 feet 6 inches, and those have been the 2 best putters this week. Harry Hall leading, Grillo second.
We heard Ian mention earlier Roberto Di Vincenzo was past champion of this event. The Argentinian legend who won this event in 1957, passed away a few years back for bogey.
Remember last year, Burns holed a putt from in this area in the playoff to win. Always low.
Yeah. You don't see a 6 at 18 at Colonial very often. I wonder what Scotty Scheffler's thinking right now. He's just 1 off the number, having come in with 67. So 3 are tied at 8 under. Grillo is in.
Thanks for watching the PGA Tour on YouTube. To watch more, click here, and to subscribe, click here.